What's up guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the new Android head unit redesign for the Subaru WRX, but this will apply to most all iDOING head units going forward. So whether you get universal, you get specifically tailored for your vehicle, for let's say a Mazda, an older Subaru, Toyota Tundra, etc. It's going to have a very similar user interface to this. So let's go check it out right here. Now, definitely something you can tell is the design is looking really, let me get that in light for you guys. So you can see that the design is really nice. Really, actually, the way it's designed is it has a front glass right here and it's really durable. They call it 2.5D or 3. Just check out this video of them testing it, showing it how durable the screen is. So the screen is actually very durable, similar to what you see on the, like a really high-end phone like Gorilla Glass. This is what it's kind of used to. Now let's go fire at the head unit. Right off the bat, you can tell it's a really bright screen, but you can turn on your headlights. So at nighttime like this right now, it's 5 o'clock, but it's still pretty dark because it's so smoky here in California right now. But when you turn on the headlights, you see how the whole screen dims. And it's looking good. Let me try to make it so you guys can really focus on the video. So the surroundings are gonna be a little bit darker, but we're just gonna be really primarily focusing on the user interface that iDOING has provided, because I think a really interesting take is this head unit has, the user interface is a lot different than what I'm used to. And that's really cool about what they're doing with software wise. So hardware wise, they might be very similar nowadays, but their software wise, they've been stepping it up. So you can change the UI right off the bat, and I'll show you guys that in a second. But let's look at this general one. Now this is the one that I picked. It's like the fourth UI you can pick. You have your calendar, your navigation, music, again, Bluetooth, picture, aux, and so forth. So only those 6 cards, or there's even more right here. But you can see how like it's so well baked in. It looks very clean. This icon right here is, you're allowed to turn off your screen. So when you're driving in your city, let's say you're going ham on the freeway or whatever, you're attacking corners, you definitely want to have less distractions. So having a button right there to just clean everything, that's a huge plus. Now to turn it back on, you can hit any of these buttons or the touchscreen itself, and you can see it turns on. This window icon looking thing, this is an Android head unit, so there is apps. So if you have use Google Play Store, or just download any kind of APK, you'll be fine here. If you want to play Clash of Clans or whatever, any kind of game, Angry Birds, etc., you can play that on this because it has the full Play Store. You can download all that. Now what's also really nice is something I call this is called Z-Link. This head unit is very unique compared to others is because it has built-in Apple CarPlay. Now I haven't tested this specifically, but I'll show you a video right here of Apple CarPlay working on this head unit. It's awesome. Having it built in, all you have to do is plug the USB in and then make sure you use your official Apple iPhone lightning cable, and then you should have Apple CarPlay, which is a huge plus and a huge step forward for just Android head units out there. Have everything built in. Now I have an Android myself, and because I have an Android, I use something called AutoPlay. You just buy this adapter, which I'll link below. It's not very expensive. It's like 50 bucks if you want to have Android Auto. So you get to spend a little bit more if you're going to use it for Android Auto. Now going through the icons, we can go through every single icon, but I don't think you really need that. Here's the controls. This is pretty important if you want to set up your steering wheel controls. So if you want to see the steering wheel controls, I can set up everything here, which is really nice. I'll show you guys how to set up real quick. So when I press up, you see how it actually changes the screen. Volume up, volume up, volume down, next. And you just kind of set up there. It's really intuitive and easy. And I'm just pressing the button here, holding the button down, and then I pick the setting. So this one's gonna be source, because we'll just use mode. And for this talk thing, we'll use GPS. When you're finished, you press that check mark, and now I should have, steering wheel controls. I'm not touching the unit, I'm just touching my steering wheels, and bam, very easy. Next thing I want to show you guys, because it's really cool for the car, is called EasyConnect. This allows you to basically mirror your phone screen. So if you don't have internet or a hotspot, you can use your phone to show that. So let me demonstrate that real quick for you guys. I mean, do I condone this doing it when you're driving and stuff like that? Maybe it's not the best idea, but I just plugged in my Note 8 and it's already reading some stuff right there. Turn on setting. Okay. One sec. It's the first time I ever did this, so I have to turn a few things on. It says I should allow usage of tracking, and bam, the screen's on. So when you're driving, and you know, because some people, not everyone has tethering on their phone, you can mirror it like this. That way, this does have Wi-Fi, but let's say you like to watch, you know, the screen's mirrored. You can also still control it here. So this video is playing here and right here. You can be driving. There is no kind of nanny. It's not saying, hey, you're not allowed to do that. You shouldn't be able to do that. You're driving. This is a car. This is something that, yeah, people can abuse. But let's say if I'm driving and we're doing a road trip for 6 hours, people want to watch YouTube, they can do that and they can still get entertained. This is a infotainment system. So it's kind of on you. If you're driving and you're watching YouTube, that's obviously pretty distracting. You know, it's up to you. You're a grown person. So I'm gonna unplug that, and we'll go through more of the icons. So that was the cylindrical EasyConnect. There's also the EQ, if you want to see how the EQ looks like that. I have mine set to soft and pretty much flat around everything. That's how I like it. You can also choose fade and stuff like that. Let's see what else. Any GPS they have built in. For GPS, let's say if you don't have a phone, you can still have GPS similar to a TomTom, similar to, you know, a Garmin. You're not gonna have any issues with needing data to run GPS. It's something like similar to an OEM unit. Actually, my Subaru, the original head unit had a user interface very similar to something like this right here. And you can pick out your route and all that stuff like that. And you can see this is, this is no data hooked up to it right now. And it has that ability, which is really nice. Yeah, it's really nice. So this is the first time it's loaded, and it's actually really smooth. This is an octa-core processor. All the specs and stuff like that, I'll post it below. But as for my user interface, this is a 3D map, and I'm able to, you know, rotate and all that goodness without having any issues. Now going through the apps some more, there's Operation Guide, Test Assist, Z-Link, that's what you want to use for Apple CarPlay, like I mentioned earlier. Radio, which is also very important. Now let's go to settings, because this is what's kind of blown me away. Most Android head units I've been dealing with have the traditional like Android Oreo user settings. Now with this right here it's very, there's a skin on top of it, making it very more refined, which is awesome. Look at that. There's Wi-Fi, data usage, device. Everything has its own icon, and it's very clean. Under general, definitely something you want to check out. Press any key to start. Brake wire, auto start navigation. I turned it off. Of course, when you turn on your car, do you want to have your navigation running? OSD time. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe daylight savings or something like that. Temperature. I have it on Fahrenheit for, you know, United States. Backup camera. It does have a backup camera. It's compatible, and you can mirror the image or anything like that. Also, if you want to mute the audio when you're reversing, some people like it when you reverse. When you throw it in reverse, it turns off the sound so you can focus. All this goodness right here. Lantern settings. You can change your color of your thingy. Look at that. Ooh, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm gonna keep mine to red because it just matches my car more. Mixing scales, there's so many options. Look at that, there's so many options. Even has driver door position. Now, there's also factory, which I'll show you the path right here. This is where all the cool stuff is in there. Give me a second before I show you that. And then here is more information regarding like backups and accounts. If you want to link up your Google Play, your Waze account and stuff like that. And you also have your system, developer options and like that. Everything's pretty much, you can change a lot. Now for the Android version, we have running 8.0, PX5. This is a bunch of mumbo jumbo that some of you might not understand, but here are the specs for those who are interested. Yes, all this information right there for you guys. Now there's some serial MAC address, you know, you guys can hunt me down and take the head unit, but I'm not gonna blur that out. Whatever you guys want to do with that. Now for factory settings, I'm gonna show you guys it after I get the password. So under factory, you have all this password stuff. I'm gonna tell you guys the password right now. It's gonna be 3368. So 3368, confirm, and you're gonna get additional settings. Now the sleep mode setting is how long do you want to keep this thing on standby? I keep it on standby so when I turn it on and off, it just instantly turns on. That's really convenient. Of course, it's gonna take some more power, but if you drive your car every day or at least once a week, I think you'll be perfectly fine. Now radar display and stuff like that, I don't know too much about that. I think that if you have parking sensors in your car, you can have it display, which my car, I don't have anything equipped with that. Same with reverse parking light and stuff like reverse parking line, all that stuff. You can turn on the lines. You probably have seen the lines. USB error detection. See, most of this stuff is kind of like really advanced where you're just like, I just keep it off, like just keep it on default. But it's nice to know that's there. MCU panel is if you want to keep these lights on. Of course, I want to allow myself to download and install any app. This is what that allow it does. If you have a CAN bus system, you can change the way your car locks so it shows you which door is locked. This car doesn't have any of that information on there, so I don't have any of that. It just keeps, look, all this information, AC information, of course. I don't have the CAN bus, but if your car did, you can have that kind of functionality and you can play with it. Boot screen logo, that's also a really interesting one if you want to change it. Mine's a Subaru. Remember, this head unit it could be universal, not this particular one, but just generally in Android head units, you can change your badge and all that. So if you want to be kind of fancy when you turn your car on and you want to be a I don't know, a Brembo brake or you know, there's like probably like, you know, there's Subaru, there's Yema. I don't even know what this is, but this one's like a freaking perfume bottle. But I don't see Lamborghini or anything like that, but there's Cadillac and all that stuff, which is, it's fun. You can change that. Volume balance settings and all this stuff, there's just so much. Of course, you generally want to keep this to default. It has USB 2.0 right now, you don't want 1.1. The resolution is 1024 by 600. And all this stuff can be looked at. I don't want to show you too much. I want to show you the cool stuff. So home launcher select. This has built-in UI changes. I have it 03 right now. The password is going to be 1818. I just want to show you guys that. So right now I'm on 03. Let's see how 04 looks like. To check how that looks like, we go back to home and boom. Now this is definitely more, you know, bronzy, cool. You still have that off screen, which is nice. It's a good touch. But this is kind of how like your user interface is. Music is just going to be what kind of music you have stored in here. So if you have MP3s or if you plug in a USB, you can adjust it there. Radio, Bluetooth music, video player settings. So this is one of the UI. Let's go to the next one. We can click this button right here and hopefully we should be able to go back. Again, let's put the password in at 1818. Oh, this is the factory password. The factory password is 3368. So then we're here, and then we had to change the launcher selection. That one's 1818. So let's go to UI 05. Boom, let's check how it looks like. Ooh. What do you think of this one, camera woman?
I like the blue.
Yeah, the blue is really nice. Again, the resolution on the screen is very crispy, and the screen is very vibrant and colorful. I can kind of see this screen being really good on cars that have more of that blue tint. I'm looking at you guys like Mustangs and stuff like that. GM car, like generally Ford has a lot of blue kind of colors. But look at this, it kind of matches my upper screen right here. That's like kind of bluish right now too. So it's cool. And this is the default screen. Now let's look at another UI. Just turn off all my stuff. Let's go to my next UI. So the password again is 3368. And then right here, 1818. It's like they didn't want you to touch this stuff or something, all those passwords. Found very similar to the other one, but more like a navy blue and like just more like stealthy. Again, that looks pretty cool. But it's just user preference. And then you have the Android Auto. That's why when you saw my initial screen, it looked very different, because I wanted to go for that different theme. So I'm going to change it one more time to the original one I had, which was the first one. UI 03. So if you guys are UI 03, comment down below. Boom. It's nice. I like the big widgets and stuff like that. It is kind of a little bit brighter, maybe a little bit more distracting, but yeah. Overall, I've been using this head unit for a week now, and I gotta say it's been really good. The sound quality, it's up there. It's not like too distorty, or the volume can get really loud on my system. I usually hang out like a 2 or 3 audio, because I actually have an amp, so I guess it amplifies the sound and makes it super loud. So I'm usually down here, I'm never up there. Bluetooth signal's been really good. Wi-Fi's been brilliant. I had no issues. I know I only had this head unit for a week, but in the week I've been testing it, everything has been working great. It's never crashed. It had never had any issues. And iDOING, their support, they've been super helpful, and like their responses are super quick. And that's something that I would pay a little bit more money just to get that extra really good support. Now, is there anything I want to complain about? Honestly, no. For 400 bucks, 500 bucks for this head unit, it's definitely, there's nothing really I can complain about. The screen's great. They upgraded the screen. The previous screen had some backlight bleeding issues. This one doesn't have that issue anymore, so it's like, that's really good. The build quality, they have actually improved it on, because they use this better screen, which is again another really good thing. For me, I had the 2015 vents. It fits in really nicely. Also very good. I wanted something reliable, and it's been reliable. So if you guys were looking to buy this, check on the links description below. I have the iDOING, which is, remember, they've been really good, and they have really good customer service, so definitely something you guys should check out. Other than that, yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions on the UI. I know I want to really go deep dive into the UI, because not everyone has seen the UI, so just check out the GUI and stuff like that. I think I really like it, and I covered so much stuff like that. I just want to show you guys something a little bit unique with their skin they have on top of this. Pretty cool. Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys, and remember to subscribe. Peace.